Hey everyone, so in this video we're just going to do questions 4 and 5 from the 4D notes. This video is probably going to be short, although having said that, it's bound to end up probably long. But question 4 and 5 are quite similar. What we're going to be doing is solve each of the following equations for x. So for the first one, for question A, it's just like you would when you'd have a factorized quadratic, all right? Each bracket is equal to 0. So we're going to have 2 minus x equals 0, and x plus 4 equals 0, and x minus 2 equals 0, and x minus 3 equals 0. So that means x is equal to, what is that going to be, 2, negative 4, negative 2, oh, is this first one negative 2? No, 2. X minus 2. And then 3. Sorry, I was a little bit hesitant there. So these, let me just highlight for you. Both, I go to highlight and it does a pen. Come on. There we go. So these two factors actually both give you 2. So that's why I was just hesitating. I was like, oh, okay. All right, question B. We've got x cubed times 2 minus x equals 0. So that means either x cubed equals 0 or 2 minus x equals 0. So that means x is equal to, well, when we take the cubed root of 0, we get 0, and then we got 2. All right, let's have a look at a harder one. Let's do E. So C and D pretty much do the same thing. When you take the cubed root or the square root of 0, it still equals 0. So for question D, seriously, I swear this computer doesn't like me. I just need more memory. All right, there we go. It's highlighting now. So you just do x plus 2 equals 0 and x minus 2 equals 0. So the cubed and the 2 doesn't matter. All right, question E. We've got x to the power of 4 minus 4x squared equals 0. So we can take out a common factor here, which is x squared, and we're left with x squared minus 4. So that means x squared equals 0, or x squared minus 4 equals 0. So we're going to have x equals 0. Now the second one, x squared minus 4 equals 0, we're going to have x squared equals 4. So x equals plus or minus the square root of 4. So x equals 2 or negative 2. So we've got 0, 2 and negative 2 for question E. All right, now question 5, pretty much doing the same thing. In your textbooks, it says to do it on a calculator, but I think you should be doing these by hand. You can do them by hand if you can divide or factorize your polynomials. So for the first one's actually not that difficult. So take out a common factor. Which is x, sorry, I'm just doing this. All right, so then we've got y equals x, and then I'm going to factorize the x squared minus x minus 2. So we can have x minus 2x plus 1. So that means x equals 0, or x minus 2 equals 0, or x plus 1 equals 0. So we've already got one solution, x equals 2. Sorry, x equals 0, or x equals 2, or x equals negative 1. All right, so with the others, though, you will need to factorize them. So for question B, so I might just do B just given the space on the page. When you're deciding what value to substitute in, we look at the constant. All right, and we've got to look for factors of that constant. So for the number 6, we can have the factor pair 1, 6. We can have 2, 3. And we can have also their negatives. So we could have, actually, no, we can't. We can only have 1, 6, or 2, or 3. So what we need to do is substitute in those values. Now, when I did this earlier, I think 1 was actually one of their solutions. So let's just quickly go through and do that. So when I substitute 1 in, I'm going to have 1 cubed minus 2 times 1 squared minus 5 times 1 plus 6. So 1 cubed is 1 minus 2 minus 5 plus 6. So 1 minus 2 is -1, minus 5 is -6, plus 6 is 0. So when you're substituting in a value, if you get 0, that means it's a factor. So therefore, x minus 1 is a factor. All right, so to now factorize it, I've got to do x minus 1 into my polynomial. So I've got x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x plus 6. All right, so we just got to divide this through. So x into x cubed is x squared. X squared minus times -1, sorry, is negative x squared. So we're going to subtract them. So -2 plus x is negative x squared minus 5x. So it's minus x. All right, minus x squared. Negative x times -1 is positive. Oh my gosh, don't die on me. There we go. I swear I've got less than probably 3 minutes to go. So x times -1 is x, and let's bring that 6 there. Now remember, actually we don't do that just yet. Remember, what am I doing? I've just had a blank. You should get a remainder of 0. Sorry, I'm just thinking ahead. So -5x minus -6x, and then we bring down the 6. So negative x into -6x is -6. And then we've got -6x plus 6. So when we subtract them, we get 0. Although, let's drag that down. All right, let's rub that out. Come on, work for me. All right, now let's just go back to our factorizing. So our polynomial, actually, what is it? F of x or y? I think it's y. All right, so stick to what it's written as in the equation, in the question. So x minus 1, x squared minus x minus 6. All right, so now we need to factorize this x squared minus x minus 6, which isn't too difficult to do. Two numbers when multiplied give you -6, and when added give you -1. So we're going to have x minus 3, x plus 2. All right, so I've just factorized that polynomial. So if we're looking for our x-intercepts, that means y is equal to 0. So x minus 1 equals 0, x minus 3 equals 0, or x plus 2 equals 0. So x equals 1, x equals 3, or x equals -2. So with your, what is it, a cubic from memory? That means it crosses the x-axis at those 3 points. Now your y-intercept is just your constant. So our x-intercepts, it's going to let me scroll. Okay, so our x-intercepts are here, and your y-intercept is at y equals 6. All right, I'm sorry, girls, about being a bit delirious at the end, but it is 9:45, and I'm about to go away for the weekend, so I wanted to get this done tonight. I apologize for, being tired, but hopefully you were able to make some sense of it and follow. Anyway, I'll do some more after the weekend. Bye, girls.